Welcome to Past Paradise, where we reveal royal family secrets. Today we're exploring a world-changing discovery. Prince Harry and Prince William discuss Laura, their mysterious stepsister, for the first time. Laura, a member of one of the world's most renowned families, has stayed hidden for so long, prompting doubts about why. In this rare perspective, we discuss Laura's isolation, royal family dynamics, and how her narrative illuminates the Windsors. Buckle up as we reveal royalty's untold stories. Not as charming. When Diana and Prince Charles tied the knot in one of the most widely reported weddings ever, everything seemed right out of a storybook. As it would prove, Prince Charles was nothing like Prince Charming. Even though they were married, Diana wasn't the focus of his attention. Rather, the blame was placed elsewhere. Harry and William's secret sister enters the picture. The marriage was not what it looked like, even if everything seemed normal to the outside world. Bowed. Camilla Parker Bowles posed the issue. In 1971, Camilla Parker Bowles and Prince Charles first met. The two quickly became romantically involved after that. Nobody could have predicted how this would affect later events. The two didn't stay together long before calling it quits on their romance. Both of them eventually married different people. The two were still in love with one another, however. These emotions would have some terrible repercussions. Three's a group. The royal marriage was not only strained by these sentiments for Camilla Parker Bowles. Nobody would have faulted Diana for being unhappy or stepping away from the public glare entirely, but she chose a different path. In a 1995 interview with the BBC, Diana said, "There were three of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded." Diana chose not to hide and rose to prominence as a well-liked public person. But she was clueless about what was next. Wholeheartedness. Diana's title as Princess of Wales will live on in perpetuity. While she held this role, she breathed fresh air and vitality into the royal family. Using this spark, she accepted her new position wholeheartedly. Her charitable endeavors rapidly gained her international recognition. Before long, Diana was adored as a worldwide symbol. It is amazing that despite the increasing distance between her and Charles, she accomplished something much more significant. Ordinary mother. Diana and Charles had two kids, but Diana's parenting style was unexpected. Diana deviated from the custom of the royal family and chose to be as engaged and hands-on with her kids as possible, rather than leaving them in the care of a variety of nannies. Mom's sons would prefer to have mom drive them to school than to have to go via a third party. Such was her level of devotion and care. But Diana had always wanted a daughter. Harry and William considered their mother's desires because of this when it came to their secret sister. End is near. Despite all this, Charles and Diana's marriage began to fall apart in the early 1990s. Charles and Diana divorced in the mid-1990s when the marriage had collapsed at that point. It seemed to the outside world that this was the worst thing that could have happened to the royal family. But life still had more terrible twists and turns in store. Furthermore, the event that would shock the globe would reveal Charles's secret. Worldwide horror. The world learned about Diana's involvement in a horrifying auto accident on August 31, 1997. When the horrific accident occurred, Diana was being pursued by photographers when she was in Paris, France. The vehicle she was riding in collided with a pillar in the Pont de la Mort tunnel in Paris as she attempted to flee the intrusive photographers. Diana would, tragically, not survive the collision. Rather, she would die from the serious internal damage she had suffered. Candle in breeze. Thousands of people descended on London to offer their condolences, and the globe was in complete shock. The number of flowers given by people was so great that the carpet of flowers outside her house was 5 feet deep. For Charles, however, the problems were far from over. Her two boys, William and Harry, and their father resumed their regular lives once the public burial was concluded. Except for the day, Charles shocked everyone by revealing something that left his sons and supporters feeling deceived and enraged. Bringing flame back. Prince Charles and Camilla announced in 2005 that they were getting married and getting back together. As a result, the two princes would get a new stepmother. The princes did not immediately take to the new lady in their father's life. Who is the sister of Harry and William then? Naturally, the British people or the general public worldwide didn't receive the concept of someone else replacing Diana. Naturally, this meant that the royal family situation would also change. Taking over stepmother. The truth was that Charles was pleased with his marriage. William and Harry were likewise pleased that their father was content. But what are their thoughts on Camilla? She isn't the evil stepmother. Harry said, "William and I adore her," in a 2005 interview. In time, the general public also grew to like Camilla. But she did have another contribution to make. Camilla had 2 children from a previous marriage, but everyone was too occupied with her. Beyond observed. One would gladly go into the spotlight, while the other preferred to stay in the background. Laura likes to stay to herself, according to Prince Harry. Tom Parker Bowles is a well-known cuisine writer and critic and the son of Camilla. In addition to writing many books and often participating in the BBC program Master Chef, he also contributed to Gordon Ramsay's The F Word. Fatherless son. Laura stayed more reclusive, but why? Laura Lopes has consciously tried to remain hidden as much as possible. Still, she would show up for inevitable occasions like royal weddings. Her continued disappearance from view has a valid purpose. When Charles and Diana tied the knot, Laura and Tom were still quite little. Given that their mother was formerly Charles's girlfriend, the children understandably suffered from having to deal with the paparazzi all the time. Accosted. The paparazzi would be stationed outside Parker Bowles' home, hoping to get a close-up look at the family. They would sometimes even follow their vehicle through traffic. Princess Diana had passed away as a result of a similar circumstance. Tom told the Mail, "Half of these people are bullies, and they irritated you. My only desire was to beat the living daylights out of them and hit them in the face. However, you couldn't do so." Return of favor. But his sister was taking a whole other tack. She decided to stay out of sight and out of the limelight. Nonetheless, this did not imply that she cut ties with her family. Camilla acknowledges that without her family, she would not have advanced to the point in her marriage to Charles. Her family always loved her, even if the press and cameras followed her about and dragged her through the muck. Blood, as they say, is thicker than water. Links that connect. Blood, as they say, is thicker than water. However, Laura's connection with the royal family hasn't always been as planned. Harry recalls the discord in his family and its impact on his brother William. In her book, Harry and William, author and royal writer Katie Nicholl said that the two used to have terrible fights over who was to blame for their broken homes. Laura would get enraged when William blamed Camilla for all the sorrow she had given his mother. Laura refused to accept it. She would lash out at William, telling him, "Your father has ruined my life." Horrible battles. Nicholl said Laura would pick up an extension and shout down the receiver, "Why don't you stop calling Mummy and leave our family alone?" when Charles called Camilla at the family home in Wiltshire. She blamed the Prince of Wales for ending her parents' marriage and wasn't afraid to tell William so, the statement reads. However, this is just one of the several familial disputes the royal family has dealt with. Accusing Charles. Rumors about the true nature of the different connections have dogged the royal family from the beginning, including long-standing reports of intense conflict between Meghan Markle and Kate Middleton, the newest duchesses. Rumors of conflict and rivalries have been circulating since Meghan's appearance in the photo. As reporters continue to delve further into the confusion and gossip, they eventually learned that the two princes, Harry and William, were at odds, which was the true cause of the tension. Rivalry between siblings. Still, the two brothers had always been so close. Though they were close, in part because of their mother's death, the two brothers had quite different upbringings and were at odds with one another. We still don't know why this was happening. The populace was particularly suspicious of the divergence from royal tradition. As shown by Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan Markle's decision to break away from the family, something was wrong with the Windsors. Modifying the guidelines. How severe was this rift, though? First, when Harry and Meghan moved into Kensington Palace as newlyweds, Meghan spent her first year acclimating to the drastically different lifestyle and was surrounded by experienced royals who could teach her the ropes. The Duke and Duchess of Kent and Princess Eugenie's home were located quite close to Harry and Meghan's Nottingham cottage. William and Kate inhabited a 21-room apartment across the grounds. Everything seemed regular. Relocating. However, they said they'd had enough of the so-called Notcott as the due date for Harry and Meghan's first child drew near. Their family would relocate to the more capacious and roomy Frogmore Cottage in Windsor. Notcott, Harry's bachelor home before getting married, had only 2 bedrooms, so renovations immediately began. Concurrently, the press conjectured that the action was motivated by hostility. Growing up. Even when their romance developed into a marriage with a child on the way, the underlying coldness persisted. This was exacerbated by other family members repeating William's worries to Harry. It kept getting bigger. But why? The reason for the move finally became apparent. At the time Meghan and Harry started courting, there was said to be conflict in the Windsor family. The true cause. William sat his younger brother down for a conversation after his first encounter with his future sister-in-law at Kensington Palace. From William's perspective, it was clear that Harry and Meghan were deeply in love and planning a marriage. William told his brother to take his time. He voiced some concern about their hasty decision to make a significant commitment. According to one story, William informed his brother that they were unaware of her true nature, goals, and background. Fears about spouse. Prince William tried to politely voice his worries, but Harry was reportedly offended by the gesture. The royal court member provided more details on William's concerns, saying, "He just wanted to stress that becoming a member of the royal family is a massive undertaking, and the pressure and scrutiny are unrelenting." Was Meghan the correct choice? Harry, of course, thought otherwise. He saw the suggestion as an affront to the person he loved, coming from his elder brother. Meghan already had to deal with much conjecture from the public, the media, and even her relatives. The cautionary note. However, how would Harry respond to this? He felt that Harry owed it to his buddy to defend him. Although Samantha, Meghan's half-sister, and her father, Thomas Markle, spearheaded several public attacks on Meghan, the House of Windsor was undoubtedly taken aback. The public was never told the reason for the Windsor family's animosity toward Meghan. But why? Some speculated that Meghan's half-black ethnicity may have affected the royal family's cold shoulder toward her. There were many who said that the suspicions sprang from Meghan's past prominence as an actor. But did they know the real Meghan? Playing the role. However, Meghan and Harry never faltered in public. Their love for one another was evident as they kept a unified front. Despite William's purported concerns, Meghan shared the same level of royal family membership as the other Windsors. Harry was to blame for the turmoil, according to the insiders who said he would accept no criticism of Meghan. Moreover, because of his extreme sensitivity, he frequently perceives negativity or criticism where none exists. Not allowing it. A courtier said, "It's my opinion that Harry feels he couldn't protect his mother, so he's going all out to protect his wife." Princess Diana was often criticized by the media, and Harry wouldn't let his wife's past be repeated. The Queen appointed Harry as the Commonwealth's youth ambassador, which heightened tensions within the Fab Four. William was stung by being passed up. Nevertheless, he could have rejected the nomination had he not interfered. Together. However, many royal enthusiasts dismiss any notion of conflict, saying that the media creates chaos. When the reporters asked the four whether they disagreed, William awkwardly interrupted the uncomfortable moment with a strong, "Oh yes." The two couples chuckled nervously. Through the comedy, it was evident that some pressure seeped into the brotherly tie as Harry grinned and responded to the following question about whether their arguments got resolved, saying, "We don't know." Collaborating. The complex relationship between the Duchesses, Kate and Meghan, fueled these difficulties. When Meghan joined the royal family, she thought the Duchess of Cambridge would be an ally. Concurrently, Kate, who was expecting her third child, Louis, was unaware she needed to mentor her new sister-in-law. Her time was scarce since she had her royal duties and her children. A chilly greeting. Meghan felt that her lack of a greeting was disrespectful. However, reporters couldn't help but wonder whether there was animosity between them. Were they adversaries, allies, or something in between? Even though Meghan Markle and Kate Middleton were not born royals, they became the two most visible members of the most well-known family in England. Christmas Day 2017 was Meghan and Kate's first joint appearance in public. Naturally, their approaches to getting accepted by the Windsors were completely different. Firsts. They seemed to come from other planets. Kate came from an affluent upbringing despite not being a noble. In addition to attending the esteemed University of St. Andrews, her parents had a prosperous party supply business. She became friends with Prince William, a student there. William and Kate married in 2010 after dating for many years. In what the media termed the wedding of the century, she married the Duke of Cambridge the next year. Timetable for weddings. Meghan also tied the knot in 2011, but she never did marry a prince. Subsequently, a Hollywood aspirant, the native of Los Angeles, wed actor and producer Trevor Ingleson. As Meghan's career began to take off, their marriage ended 2 years later. A time as a bag lady on Deal or No Deal and little roles characterized Meghan's previous career. Put your suit. Nevertheless, she gained notoriety when she was cast in the regular role of Rachel Zane on the American legal drama Suits. Meghan's personal life flourished along with her career opportunities. In 2016, a mutual acquaintance, who also did her a royal favor, gave her a blind date with Prince Harry. Soon after, their connection began to intensify. Moment of truth. She quickly received an invitation to Kate's 35th birthday celebration. Her initial impression of the royal family is said to have been positive, although specifics remain unclear. All that is certain is that she gave Kate a dream notebook, and in due course, the two ladies would get even more acquainted. 2018 saw Harry and Meghan tie the knot in opulent style, matching William and Kate. A foreigner and a mixed-race one had become a Windsor official. A new era. The main concern was how the sisters-in-law would get along now that Kate and Meghan were well-established royal family members. According to insider sources, they had a little rough start. The physical strain and the attention from the public caused Kate stress throughout her pregnancy with Prince Louis. With everything else on her plate, she may not have had the time to welcome Meghan into the family meaningfully. Sisterly ties. But at this difficult moment, Meghan reached out to Kate. The Duchess found some nutritional guidance helpful from her throughout the last stages of her pregnancy. Kate, in turn, helped with Meghan's major problem. Meghan, of course, had a major adjustment when she moved from Hollywood to Buckingham Palace. She learned everything about royal procedure from her knowledgeable sister-in-law, including how to stand at formal gatherings and what to wear. Establishing friendships. From then on, they had a strong relationship. They enjoyed spending time together one-on-one, including a weekend trip to Wimbledon when their hectic schedules permitted. Throughout the game, they laughed and joked with each other. Although the two royal sisters-in-law became more intimate on a personal level, Kate also mentored Meghan professionally. Meghan was sent an invitation to become a member of the Royal Foundation Forum, a nonprofit founded by William and Harry. Getting nearer. Meghan made significant progress with this. She respects how Kate has established herself as a remarkable mother and humanitarian, a person close to the royal family said. No one was happier than Kate when Meghan revealed her pregnancy in late 2018. She was eager for the two of them to go through parenthood together. But the second significant shift that was approaching escaped her notice. Future shifts. Harry and Meghan opted to move out of Kensington Palace only months before the birth of their first child. For the first time, They would live in Frogmore Cottage under a different roof from the rest of the family. Some distances. As a result of the relocation, Meghan and Kate would see one another less often. They would undoubtedly continue to find time for one another, particularly once their kids became friends. The two ladies understand that they work best together, even if they sometimes disagree. Kate and Meghan are aware that they must remain united in their decision to wed into the most prominent family in the world. The first encounter. After all, being a royal isn't easy, particularly when everyone observes every connection you have. Most well-known love tales have idyllic beginnings, but Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's journey started on a blind date. Meghan found this out when she first met Prince Harry. Meghan had very little knowledge of Harry's royal ancestry. The only question I had was, well, is he nice? Meghan told the BBC. I didn't know much about him. Harry wasn't even aware of Meghan before that evening, so he was even less prepared. Date without seeing. Ah, the awkwardness. Nonetheless, the two got along well, and a few weeks later, Harry asked Meghan to join him on a humanitarian mission to Africa. The prince said, "It was important to me to make sure we had an opportunity to get to know each other." After concealing their relationship for a few months, the couple's courting came to light in late October 2016. According to sources, Harry had been desperate to keep the relationship quiet. A careful hint. The day before the relationship news broke, Meghan shared a picture of two bananas spooning on Instagram. Was this Meghan trying to be coy and confirm the rumor? The tabloids quickly devoured every delicious nugget of rumor. Although Meghan was used to the limelight, the attention that accompanied her association with the royal family turned out to be a whole new level. Not ready. The actress told BBC that there was a notion that she would be acquainted with this. However, tabloid culture has never been a part of me. I have had a tranquil existence up until this point. The media became obsessed with learning the insider information about the newest royal couple, even going so far as to bug Meghan's mother. Harry had reached his breaking point. A royal proclamation. Prince Harry is worried about Miss Markle's safety, Harry said in a statement made available via the royal house, demanding a stop to the harassment. The statement attempted to calm down the media storm, but it didn't take long for reports that Prince William wasn't thrilled to start circulating. It's not right that Miss Markle should be subjected to such a storm, the Duke of Cambridge then made a statement of his own. Regal backup. A portion of the statement said, "The Duke of Cambridge understands the situation concerning privacy and supports the need for Prince Harry to support those closest to him." However, if you don't mind me asking, what would it entail moving forward? Ultimately, it became evident that the royal family approved of Harry's support of Meghan, even if his news conference was inappropriate for the prince. Atypical. But she wasn't going to stop there. After Meghan received consent from Queen Elizabeth, Harry's publicity blunder was mostly forgotten by the end of 2016. Besides, what more could she ask for? In addition to being the head of the state of the United Kingdom, Harry's great admirer is the Queen. The Queen is delighted to see Harry in a loving relationship, a family-affiliated insider told Us Weekly. In his light. Meghan spoke positively of her encounter with the Queen as well. "It's amazing to see her through Harry's perspective," she told the BBC. "She's an incredible woman, not just with his honor and respect for her as the monarch, but also with the love that he has for her as his grandmother," she said. Despite spending Christmas apart in 2016, the pair got back together for a passionate New Year's celebration. Harry and Meghan could now visit Norway without worrying about revealing their secret because it was already out in the open. On their trip to the Arctic Circle, they saw the Northern Lights, one of the most breathtaking views they had seen. Sleighs or weddings. Those close to the pair say they could hear wedding bells ringing. Even while Harry and Meghan remained silent, their pals had opinions. A pal of Harry's told Us Weekly, "I can see them engaged by the spring. He is utterly enthralled." After their vacation to Norway, Harry started bringing Meghan around the family more often. At Kensington's beginning of 2017, he presented her to Kate Middleton and Princess Charlotte. Compromising. Additionally, Meghan started to spend more time with William, with whom she reportedly got along well. One insider said, "William is very happy for his brother." When Harry was ready to meet Meghan's family, the actress took her mother, Doria Ragland, to London so they could meet the prince. If it only weren't so scary to meet the parents. Very serious matters. Undoubtedly anxious about the encounter, Harry and Doria clicked immediately, much as with Meghan and the other royals, another indication that this duo was meant to be. Following that, Doria was often cited by the pair. Harry has yet to get the opportunity to meet Meghan's father, however. Harry and Meghan have been closer than ever, even though they were still apart. He's talked to my dad a few times, but hasn't been able to meet him yet. Time spent together. The actress virtually lived with Harry at Kensington Palace while not in Toronto shooting Suits. Harry accompanied Meghan to Jamaica as his guest for a friend's wedding, their second major excursion. Many saw this as the formal next phase in their relationship, supported by pictures from the occasion. Following Meghan's closure of her well-known lifestyle website, The Tig, the speculations around the relationship only became stronger. Speculation increases. Though suspicion had already started, the actress emphasized that she did so in order to concentrate on her charitable activities. Just before Pippa Middleton's wedding, Meghan took a plane to London, which created even more attention. When Meghan arrived at Heathrow International Airport, she seemed to have driven directly to the royal residence. For the first time, Meghan was seen at a royal family function when she attended Pippa's wedding reception. Additional appearances. She was also seen in the grandstand supporting Harry during an Audi Polo Challenge in England. The pair then vacationed in Africa to commemorate Meghan's 36th birthday. Although Harry and Meghan made an unconventional decision, many think their shared desire to aid the underprivileged is what first brought them together. They went to Sentabali, the foundation location of his NGO. Harry chose the phrase Sentabali, which translates to "forget me not" in Lesotho, as a tribute to his late mother, Princess Diana. The Invictus. At the Invictus Games in September 2017, Meghan made her first significant royal appearance. The festival honors ill, injured, and wounded military people through sports and other physical activities. The pair were often seen holding hands throughout the Toronto Games. Doria's presence strengthened the idea that the two families were about to unite. Joining forces. It took Meghan more than a year to come clean. The actress revealed everything in a candid interview about their relationship with Harry, taking center stage on the cover of Vanity Fair's October edition. "We are a duo," Meghan said. "We're in love. Yeah, there will come a moment when we have to stand up, introduce ourselves, and share our stories," she said. "This is our time, and I hope people realize that. It's for us, please. It's a unique quality that makes it all ours. But we're content." Tale of love. "I love a good love story personally," Harry said. With the news officially out, there wasn't much else for him to do. Thus, the much-anticipated proposal from the Prince of Wales was made public in November 2017. And amazingly enough, she said yes. Prince Charles's formal statement coincided with the announcement of the engagement. "Prince Harry and Miss Meghan Markle are getting engaged," said His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales, with great pleasure. Repeating story again. The public saw the couple's BBC interview on the same day Prince Charles revealed their engagement. Harry and Meghan narrated the film of the disastrous night they had spent in their Kensington house. After Harry said, "It was just a standard, typical night for us," Meghan added, "Just a cozy night, trying to roast a chicken." Harry continued, "It was just an amazing surprise. It was so sweet and natural and very romantic." Swift in response. Harry didn't even get to ask Meghan a question before she replied yes. She was that thrilled with the proposal. Harry replied to Meghan, "I managed to catch you off guard too. It was just the two of us." He answered without hesitation when asked how he knew Meghan was the one during an engagement picture session. In front of a large gathering of guests, Harry and Meghan finally tied the knot at Windsor Castle on May 19, 2018, the very first time we met. The greatest day. Millions of people worldwide saw this year's most viewed event, including those who watched from home. In addition to receiving a diamond platinum tiara from the Queen's collection, Meghan caught eyes in her stunning Givenchy gown. Prince Charles escorted Meghan down the aisle as her father, Thomas, was absent. Celebrating their status as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, the couple revealed their first child's impending arrival on October 15, 2018. Following. But when the next prince or princess does show up, they'll be sad to learn that it may not be in the cards for them to become the future King or Queen of England. But what position do they hold? The infant will be sixth in line for the throne upon birth. They will support Prince Louis, Princess Charlotte, Prince George, Prince Harry, Prince William, and Prince Charles.
If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon